Got it. Yep, got it.
Right. So
Okay.
but I would say that it is Monday, May 23rd. This is the Tikkun Olam. We're in Sfirat HaOmer. We're counting the Omers. This is the 37th day. And here's our recording.
Thank you very much. Before we conduct business, we should probably make sure we all know who's who on this call. I'm Linda Muscat. I co-chair the Tikkun Olam committee. And with that, I'll turn it over to my co-chair to introduce yourself, Sharon.
I'm Sharon Stein, Linda's partner in crime and co-chair of the committee. And thank you all for coming this evening. And I'm going to go to the bottom this time. I'll turn it over to Lynn.
You're on mute.
I know. You'd think I could figure this out by now. I'm Lynn Frank. I'm doing programming along with Susie and Jody. And I'm going to turn it over to Amy.
Hi, I'm Amy, and I am doing the Day of Action, the Carnival Day of Action, and Lori has so kindly offered to join me in that.
Yeah.
So I'll go to Lori.
Yay, Lori.
Hi, I'm Lori Feldman, and I'm helping out Amy this year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's nice to meet you. Although now that I see your face, I think we've met before.
Yeah.
All right. You want to call on somebody else?
Oh, sorry. Linda?
Oh, I just did this. So I'll call on Wendy.
Hi, everyone. I'm Wendy Rhodes. I'm the immediate past chair of the Tikkun Olam committee, and I also care deeply about DEI. I will turn it over to Wayne, who is my partner in crime in this household.
No crimes here. I'm Wayne. I'm responsible for metrics and happy to help with any other technical issues or, glad to lend a hand for just about anything. I'll call on Alice.
Hi, I'm Alice Cohn, and I'm doing the writing for the Kahila Quarterly. We just turned in my first article.
On time, may I say.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, and I have to call on somebody. I'm going to call on Susie Mason.
Hi. Off on. I'm still not me. I'm Susie Mason. I'm doing programming with Lynn and Jody. And I'm sorry to have my face off, but I'm here.
And I think we should probably hear from
Edith.
Edie?
Hi, I'm Edie Reese. I am not new to Macomb Solal, but I'm new to this. I'm also taking notes from my husband, Phil Goldberger. We're new to Tikkun Olam. My husband is primarily interested in politics and getting out the vote. I'm kind of bizarre shopping here. There's so much to be done. Both of us are retired. I'm an aspiring novelist, and he's also retired. And he's not interested in running for office, but he is more politically interested than I am. So
good to know.
I'm going to give Edie some credit, though. She was a longtime member when we were just congregations and did a lot of work with the committee then, and did an awesome job of arranging a program we had on aging. So it's a new name for our group, but a lot of the same goals, I think.
Thanks, Sharon.
We're glad to have you with us. Thank you all for coming. We have an agenda. Let's see if I can stick to it. Let's begin with a programming update. Lynn, Susie, between the two of you, can you tell us a little bit about what's on the docket for June and July?
Sure, I can go first. Regarding June and Pride Month, we have found an organization as the beneficiary of our collection. They're called Brave Space Alliance. They are an LGBTQ youth and young adult support group in Chicago. They provide counseling and support, and also we will be collecting items off their wish list. Many of these youth and young adults don't have family support because they're gay or trans and have been rejected by their families. Many are living out of backpacks, and so they have a specific list of items that would be very helpful to them in terms of food that's easy to eat when you don't have a kitchen, or personal supplies. This organization provides, counseling support, medical and logistical support. So they'll be our recipient for our collection. And then let's see, I know we have a speaker for June.
So we have a problem, sorry. to
Oh,
interrupt.
go ahead, Susie. I was just going to say, I don't quite know what the status of that is.
Yeah, the status is not good. The speaker I had for the Friday night service is ghosting me. And I'm assuming that she's not actually going to do it. So I have to find somebody else. I'll probably just end up asking Megan Kavarkis if she can speak that evening about Wear Orange. She's always been involved. So she's my next call. And then I haven't talked to Rabbi Ari yet about the program for the Tuesday night, but she had said she would do it, and she's, I know, reliable. So I'm not too worried about her.
Susie, can you say the name again of the Wear Orange?
Yeah.
Megan Kavarkis.
Okay.
She's been involved. She's in Northbrook. Her kids have actually gone to the Montessori at when it was, so well, I don't know if they still do, but she's very familiar with us, and she does a lot of work for Wear Orange traditionally. So I think that in a pinch I can call on her.
Okay.
It's nice to get somebody else, someone more diverse and someone from the city to speak, but since Irma Aragon has not been responsive.
Susie, I have a question for you, because the Kihila is not out yet, and I still think I could add something. I put in something that Rabbi Ari Mafik was going to be speaking on that Tuesday, but I didn't have any kind of topic. Is there any kind of topic that we can put in, or is it still not?
I assume she'll be talking about just, things pertaining to LGBTQ and
Okay.
trans, and I don't know that actually. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
You could definitely add it, just send it to Ricky. She's still collecting articles, and I'm very proud that ours is in on time, as is mine. But so let's, just send it to her.
Wait, send what? I don't know what you're saying. Send what?
If we know what the topic is, even if we,
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, maybe we can get in touch with Rabbi Ari this week. Also, just for everybody's
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I'm happy to reach out to her this week.
to note. So the Tuesday program, June, is going to be June 14th, which is actually the second Tuesday of June, not the third. So it'll be the second Tuesday, but the third Friday. Because
I had a different date. For the Tuesday. So
it's going to be June 14th. We just
okay.
clarified today. And then the Friday is the third Friday, the 17th. Just the way it falls. And with
The 17th or because that's the same week, the 14th. I thought it was in the 20s. I thought I had.
It is.
17th. June 17th is the third Friday.
Yeah, it is the 17th.
Oh, okay.
Yep, Friday.
Just
Fabulous.
Okay.
So
Okay, if I need to change those dates, I'll do that. Okay.
Thank you.
And I can write up a little summary of what Brave Space Alliance does, and then I'm gonna write up what they've requested off their wish list in terms of donations, and I'm not sure where to send that.
You can send it to Stacy in the office.
Okay,
But
Send it
copy me.
and
okay.
copy me.
Okay.
Whenever someone says something to Stacy, please copy me, just so
Okay.
that I can, follow through.
Mhm.
Because she'll make up the box for it and the signage, and get it into the Macomb at Home. But also in terms of like Facebook posting and whatever, it's good for Vanessa and I to know
Yeah.
that
Okay.
information too.
So we're clear on June and July. Do we know what we're doing?
I think we had talked about doing something about the vote.
Right. Oh, right. The RAC, every voice, every vote.
Right, the RAC initiative. But we haven't finalized anything at this point.
So our Tikkun Olam Shabbat in July is already, the week we would have it is already scheduled with Hands of Peace.
Oh.
Which is, I don't know if you want to explain it, Wendy, or, but the Hands of Peace group will be attending services that night. And so I assume that, I guess I shouldn't assume, that the programming will have something to do with explaining Hands of Peace.
Yeah.
I
so-
actually think their kids are gonna speak.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
And it's, all right, go ahead, Wendy.
Yeah, so Hands of Peace is an organization that brings together Palestinian, Israeli, and American teens to dialogue about the conflict in Israel, Palestine. The organization is celebrating its 20th year, and the kids come they're based out of Glenview, and they come here every summer for about 2.5 weeks. And traditionally, they visit a mosque, a church, and a synagogue. And a few years ago, they did come for Shabbat services when we were Congregation Solel, and Rabbi Ike reached out to them, to the executive director, and volunteered us. So they will be here. There's generally no flexibility around the Shabbat where they come to services. So that's the Shabbat that landed.
Yeah, actually, they reached out to us because their executive director is a Legacy Lakeside congregant and a Macomb congregant.
Their Chicago site director, yes.
Yeah.
Emily Kenward.
Yes.
But one second, Amy. And so what they do, they have a kind of set format for how they appear in these religious spaces. So they have 3 of the kids, one from each faith, give kind of a personal expression. And then sometimes the congregation also hosts them for a meal afterwards. I was with Rabbi Ike last night, as were Linda and Sharon and Wayne and several others at a Hands of Peace event. And I mentioned that to Rabbi Ike, and he said he would be very supportive of us hosting a meal for them afterwards. But I don't know who would be the decider as in regard to whether that would happen. But yes,
What's
they
the
are
date of that
here.
meeting?
Pardon me?
All right, what is the date?
I don't know. what-
July 15th.
July
Okay,
15th.
thank you.
But so I may be stepping out of my lane here. That's when they'll be here. But voting is so important. I don't know that we're that heavily programmed over the summer. If we reached out to clergy and said, hey, can we have a program around voting on some other Shabbat during July, maybe that would be doable.
We just planned out all the Shabbatot today, and we've got to get some clergy input. And I'm going to try to bring it up so I can show you. Because like some of them, we're doing a fair trade Shabbat. We're fair trade chocolate and fair trade
Oh, nice.
coffee. I think we can mix some of them, but let me I think.
Well,
this is it.
Also, we've got our Tikkun Olam Tuesday in July, which would
Yeah.
be the following Tuesday. It would be then during the next week, and we can dedicate that to the every voice, every vote, if we want. It doesn't have to be a Shabbat.
Right,
You know, the
like
other
we
thing-
have Shabbat in the garden. And this cradles for crayons is a maybe, some of this is maybe. Oh, look, I said August 19th, Tikkun Olam, get out the vote.
Good job.
You know,
Okay.
the other thing you could do is something on July 1, if it's the red, white, and blue Shabbat, even if it's included in the announcements.
Yeah.
to stay
Yeah.
tuned.
Good
Good
idea.
idea.
I like
Yeah.
September 3rd, Vanessa.
Yeah, no, it was part of this. Well, this is an internal thing, people. That's why we.
I have a question.
Yes.
For the Hands of Peace, the children, they're coming from Israel, from Palestine. Is that what I'm understanding? Do
Yes.
they need host families for them?
Actually, they do need more host families. If you are interested, Amy, let Wayne know and he'll connect you with the right resource.
Wayne and Andy and I are interested. We told people last night, so I don't know. We told Barbara Breakstone. So I don't know. And I think Andy's going to follow up, but we're interested.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I could let people know.
Well, yeah, I don't know where Andy is on it, but I apologize for being late.
We're happy to have you.
Late than never, Rich.
That's not why don't you wait till after the meeting and see if you feel the same way?
Okay, so are we clear on programming at this point for June and July? Because I think we should be talking to Rich, because this will impact this. Rich knows all about every vote, every voice.
Yeah.
So maybe we should
we're-
talk.
we're okay.
Rich, you want to bring us up to speed on this?
Well, I can. A lot has not been determined. There's two, what do I want to say? There's two foundational trainings that are going to take place. One is Wednesday night, June 15th from 8 to 9, or Thursday, June 16th from 3 to 4. Is how to move people into action. Postcarding, if we want to do postcarding like we did 2 years ago, we can go to the same group and order postcards. I'm not sure I know they're doing Georgia and Alabama. I don't know what other states they're doing. So we can do postcarding again. And right now they're still trying to mobilize. So I think I think that August 19th date or whatever Vanessa had on the calendar probably works very well. That's going to be about the right timing.
And I know people are really hot for this. And some people have already contacted me. So if we get that PR out there to give them a date to save and say, we need you, and, get everything all of our ducks lined up in a row.
Well, and again, doing it, and I'm not saying doing it through, in conjunction through the temple and through the RAC, is we're going to be nonpartisan. So while people are very, very fired up, realistically, there's only one side of the vote that they want to get out. So
Agreed.
whether I should say that or not, I just said it.
You could say it all.
What else is that? And that, that's really, I wish I had more information. I think part of it is, there's a new, they finally hired a new lead organizer for RAC Illinois. who's starting on June 6th officially.
Do you know who it is?
I do, and I can't, I might have, I'll have to look. I do.
Okay.
I do know who it is, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
I thought,
Jacob Greenblatt.
no, Jacob
No?
Greenblatt, no, Jacob
Oh, he's
Greenblatt.
the one that sent the email.
Yeah, he's the one who would have sent the email.
Aaron Sofian.
I know who that is.
Yeah, here it is. You're right.
Aaron. He was at Emmanuel Congregation.
He grew up in Emmanuel Congregation and still lives in the city and goes there.
Yeah. His dad was the rabbi. So that's a
Right.
little, he grew up there.
Oh.
Yeah, because his dad was the rabbi. But he's a lovely kid. I mean, I haven't seen him since he was
I
a
doubt
kid.
if he's a kid anymore.
Yeah.
but-
I know, he's not. He's not.
Relatively speaking.
Yeah.
So a question about the postcards. Because I looked at I signed up for training and then you can sign up for either postcards just for yourself or postcards for your congregation. And then how many people do you think? I know last time we had them out in a basket and people picked them up. Should we go ahead and go ahead and order them for the congregation and see if maybe somebody wants to, take charge of that piece?
I mean, I ordered them last time and I think I got it all. I think I did. I think I put them in the packets also. I think we
Right.
did. I think we did them in 50s or 20s or whatever.
And we ran out, I know, because,
Well, we reordered.
yeah,
I think we wound up
Okay.
doing about 3,000. We thought we did.
Wow.
If I remember correctly, I'd have to look back and see what we ordered. I mean, do we want to start that now?
Why not? I mean, it seems to me that if we want to get this going, we probably should.
Is there, when's the, or maybe I probably, when's the temple, the big, when will it be a crowded service that we can announce? I mean, how are we gonna, if we get them all together, how are we gonna distribute them?
Well, now, Rich, every service is a crowded service. But if you're looking for some more crowded services, the annual meeting is in June, and maybe we could announce it at the annual meeting because people are hot for this. And they ask me, when are there going to be postcards? I want a postcard. The other thing is that we have some adult enrichment. We have 3 over the summer, June 12th, July 10th, and August 28th. So that's another, there'll be some people there. And yeah.
Tikkun Olam Shabbat.
Yes, I mean,
17th,
I think,
yeah.
I think we could have it at all of those things. I do think we need someone to champion it. And I could have sworn we said we were going to call Ellen Gusson.
Ellen Gusson.
Ellen.
Gusson.
Ellen.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a question for Rich. Oh, and Rich, I know, and I was on the call last week. Last time there were 3 very clear pillars. This time we know that there's this postcarding, but I don't know that they've identified it as a pillar. I didn't hear anything about youth engagement last week. I heard about READY, racial equity, diversity, and inclusion as it applies to voting, but I didn't really hear clear pillars. Do you know anything about?
I have not seen anything about it either. I think they're still, yes, they want to organize, I just took it off their website, so I can't tell you that I'm overly knowledgeable. They want to mobilize people of color to show up as voters. So, I'm not sure how we would, postcarding would fill that in. Obviously mobilizing our own community we want to do. But I'm not I think we should do the postcarding and see what else develops.
Yeah, I think as Vanessa said, if we can identify someone to champion the postcarding project. So Rich, it doesn't have to be you. You could help us secure the postcards, but
Has anybody talked to Ellen about doing it?
I've talked to Ellen about the day of action. She said she would do a table for voting. And we were going to do a postcard, but she may be out of town, but she's flexible in her schedule. She was going to see if she could rearrange when she leaves. But August 21st may be a little bit on the late side for that.
Is that the day? Yeah, we should.
That's the day.
I haven't talked to Ellen, but I kind of, Linda and I have also, had some other names too, maybe a team, so we could get some new people involved. But she's experienced, she could kind of lead, and work with some others to kind of build the strength.
I will do it. I'll be happy to help somebody else do it, I guess.
That'd be great.
I mean, I can talk to
Thank you.
Ellen. I can talk to Ellen, but
Okay,
Well,
and maybe we can, after, we can share a couple other,
well,
You know,
sure.
names too.
Who's a couple at our table last night?
Oh, Jordan,
Jordan.
Parker, and Jennifer? Is that her name?
yeah,
Yes.
he has no bandwidth. I talked to him about stuff, well, maybe he does.
Well, based on last night's conversation, the youngest kid gets bar mitzvah in 3 weeks. So I think after that, he's game
and he's off the board.
and he's off the board. I mean, he didn't say no to me.
Well, and I think Ike was putting pressure on him.
Yeah.
Start with him.
I have to wait 3 weeks.
Are you talking to people about delivering postcards?
Ordering the postcards is not a big deal.
We need someone with good follow through. The office helps, but for instance, we put them out in the foyer, and then when I see there's none there, I call the person and hey, I need more postcards. And then we can monitor it in the office, but it's kind of making sure that the flow happens between now and the primaries.
Right, and letting people know, when they need to be returned by, and it's
Exactly.
kind of a managerial, people should be picking them up and for the most part, bringing them back on their own. But who has them, when do they have to be back, getting them back to,
I thought they were stamped and mailed. I didn't think.
okay, oh,
They were.
all right,
Yeah, we did stamp them and mail them, I thought.
okay.
Yep.
So it's really just about getting the physical supply where it needs to be. When we say do the postcards, that's what we're talking about.
That's what it is, right?
Well, the timing for primaries is going to be, because I thought Georgia's is the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
I
it
think
is.
these must be for the election because,
Well, I think this is just to get the registrations up and running.
for the fall election though, right?
I'll look into it and let people know. And then if you want to do it, I'll order postcards.
Yes,
But if
we
somebody else
want to
wants
do
to
it.
stamp them, that's fine.
There will be people who will want to help, I'm pretty sure.
So in terms of this project, when we say do the postcards, we're really just talking about getting them printed, getting them packaged, getting them out there for people to pick up and promoting the idea in the various outlets.
Right.
Yes,
I don't even think we print them. We order them.
We ordered them.
even better. Okay.
You have to write them.
People hand wrote a note. There was a script that you had to
Yeah.
write.
It was,
Are you supplying the stamps too?
We supplied everything last year.
we were all there.
Mhm.
All right, Rich, let's have a little chat afterwards on a couple of ideas and see if we can get this all packaged up and ready to go.
Okay.
Thank you. And thank you for volunteering. We were going to talk, is there anything else on your side of the fence regarding RAC or JCUA that we should be talking about?
The only thing on JCUA is Acts of Change, which is their big gala on June 2nd. If I'm not mistaken. I think it's June 2nd. And, I mean, obviously tickets are still available, but the whole event will be live streamed on their YouTube channel. So if people want to watch and not pay or, necessarily pay to attend and see what's going on, it's available on the YouTube channel. Obviously, they'll ask for donations. But I think it's June 2nd. And if you do want to attend in person, it's at the History Museum and it'll be outdoors. Yes, it's June 2nd.
Excellent. Thank you.
And there's nothing else that I'm aware of right now.
When Andy becomes available, we'll talk a little bit about the green group. And in the meantime, I think we should.
I don't think Andy's not going to come available.
Oh.
I can talk about the green group. I know all the dates at least.
Okay.
This Wednesday, the green group, and jump in, Rich. The green group is sponsoring a nature walk led by a Heller Nature Center naturalist. It's from 10 to 11. I need to verify. I think we're meeting at Macomb and walking over to the park.
That probably makes sense.
This Wednesday?
This Wednesday. Yeah, this
Tomorrow?
Wednesday. And it was in Macomb at home. They were asking for people to register. But if you don't get a chance to do that, I'm sure it's okay to just show up. I'm gonna be there. They're just gonna talk about the trees in Fink Park and also some of the native plants and plantings there. And I think also things you can do transfer to your home. June, I need to double check this date. The next soup kitchen at Beth Emmett is
June 15th, and I think we still need people to sign up.
yes.
Unless
So
you got people on Sunday.
it's Wednesday, June 15th. We need 3 adults at Beth Emmett from 4 to 7:30, 3 people to make, well, that was what, it'll probably be shorter than that, but that,
I think there was 2 options. I think one, I thought that's if we're cooking and serving, and I think we're not going to cook and serve. So I think
okay.
So I think time commitment is much less. So I
And-
think it's like 4:30 to 6:30.
Okay. 3 people to make large salads, which we already have 1 volunteer for that and that I know of, and 3 people to pack lunches ahead of time. So if you're interested, let Andy know. And
There was a sign up sheet at the block party. I don't know if anybody signed up at the block party.
and then the gardening group is meeting this coming Saturday, the 28th at noon. And Debbie Shanling is about donating sunflower plants, and they're going to plant them in the children's garden, maybe some other flower too. That's kind of on that little island when you pull in the front of the building, and then they're going to do some touch-up work on the pollinator garden, which was planted last year. So if anybody would like to come and garden on Saturday at noon, that would be great. And then their next meeting, I'll look that up while we go on.
Okay. Thank you.
And I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. New business. Amy and Lori, we should get an update regarding the Carnival of Action.
Okay, so last year it was 10:30 to 12:30, so I think that we're going to keep the same time. We do need a table, Rich, for every vote, every voice, every voice, every vote. If you want it, we could have postcards there. I'm not sure how we can best manage that for the 21st of August. But there are people, if we had packets out there, I know people would want to take them. I don't know if the timing's off or good for that. I guess Vanessa, you're going to know when to put out the program flyers, right? With Stephanie, we'll have dates for when that goes out. And as far as the Tikkun Olam tables, we're going to do the RAC Illinois and DEI. Wendy, you're going to do the DEI table, correct? And Lev Learning, we're going to try to have a table for Lev Learning this year. And the Green Community, Lake County United, Maida and Sharon will do that again. The Refugees, Alan and Alice will do that again. Magan Davida Dome, Jennifer will come back and do that for us. And we're actually going to be starting, I don't know if the letter's gone out yet for regarding the organization to start building an ambulance. We're going to actually be working with, Rabbi Ike's been working on this with other congregations. So it's a perfect opportunity for us to highlight that. And the Chesed Circle, I think that, and gun violence. I know that, Susie, you said you would do the gun violence table, correct?
Yep.
Again, okay. And then for the family activities, we have the rock painting again with Holly and who's going to do we're going to do the water garden again with the pools and the little things for the kids. And Ross will take them over there playing some music. And we have one of our congregants, Felipa Topacha, I think I said it correctly. She's going to do the blanket again for the foster children. Last year we ordered 10. It was a huge success. Everyone was gone. So we thought we'd order 15 this year. Rich is going to talk to Kurt's Cafe and get some lovely coupons to showcase Kurt's Cafe. Last year, Beth Parab did the decorating donuts and she's a little bit MIA. So I can't go to her for that. I don't know if anybody has any suggestions or if we just do, for the adults, we're still going to do Kay's coming back with the coffee and the biscottis. So for the kids, it would be nice to get some donuts, let them decorate it.
We
And
actually saw Beth Friday night and she definitely said she's out.
Ashley told me that.
Yeah.
So we just need somebody or
Yeah.
just get Dunkin' Donuts, led some, decorations and let them do it just at a
Yeah.
table. No big
I-
deal.
I- Yeah.
There's a new place in Mundelein.
Talking.
That
Oh,
Edie,
oh, there you go. I'm so sorry.
that's okay. There's a new place in Mundelein where they, it's kind of a create your own donut place. So they actually let you add your own fillings and they make the donuts there. It's kind of a new concept.
But this would be for outside during the morning hours. I don't know if that would travel well or
Amy?
how they would do that. Yes.
Yeah, so that place is Duck Donuts. It's franchised all over the country, and perhaps they have that a kind of arrangement where we could buy X number of dozen mini donuts,
Right.
even just plain ones from them.
So will
mini
somebody
ones.
get the number for Lori and I so that we can contact them? That would be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amy,
Yes.
I'm thinking, I think this would be a great project for a parent from Lev Learning. If maybe you could talk to Ashley and see if she has an idea of somebody, because it's not a difficult project, but it is for the kids.
It's just an attraction for the kids to go to the
No.
table and,
Great thing to do.
right.
I also put it in the Key Heel article too. So I hope we're going to do it. But anyways, I don't know. I just think it would be great to get some new blood in, to get a new person.
Okay, that sounds good. And then last year, just to get
Amy?
some,
Wait,
yes.
Lori?
Yeah, sorry, Amy. I don't know if you think about it, if you like the idea, but we also could decorate like sugar cookies.
That was another thing that people talked about because they're easy to access.
And then we
But-
could actually have if we wanted to involve more people, we could get people to donate baked cookies that need to be decorated, like that they make at home.
Right.
It just might involve some people. It's just a thought.
Right, it's a good thought. Yeah, so you and I will figure that out. We'll just make some decisions. And last year for the Love Learning students, there were two sisters that did the mask chains. And Allison, the mom, is now they have to do their mitzvah projects. And so she is very excited and talking to them about what they would like to do this year for that table. So, and then just to let everybody know that we're not doing the klezmer band again. I had some feedback. I read some survey stuff. So, and we reached out. So Sarah is going to still sing some songs with Jay. She's going to do a couple of social justice songs. She actually wrote a song for this, a beautiful green song about the earth, our planet, how to take care of it. And it's, so she and Jay will do a couple, don't, Alice, it all came up. There was nothing I could.
No, I'm just, because it's all in the Kahila article. So I'm going to have to call Stacy and tell her to take stuff. I mean, I had a whole big thing that there's going to be the Wilmetsky klezmer band, and also there's going to be donut decorating. So I think I have to
The
change.
donut decorating will still be, but there
Okay.
was too much feedback about the other
Okay.
one that
Okay.
Nobody could hear and people stopped talking at the tables.
Okay,
So, but we didn't want to hurt Sarah. And so she's going to team up with Jay and do a couple of social justice songs, just one.
okay.
And then in the background of the parking lot, not close to us, Ross's band will be playing.
Oh,
great.
Okay. So that's what it looks like to this point.
It sounds wonderful.
we
Really,
just-
you've done a great job pulling this together. Thank you. Thank you very much. And we appreciate all that went into this. I have just a couple of quick updates that I need to share with you all. Jay Futterman did a really interesting piece of research to see how our endowment aligns with our values. It turns out that our endowment is in some cases supporting Smith & Wesson and coal and Russian oil. And so Floyd was helpful, and we wrote a letter to the endowment committee, and they took it up with their financial advisor, who said, yeah, you got a problem here, but you guys aren't big enough to make the kind of changes within the funds that you'd like to. It's not like you're a pension fund. But going forward, they have the endowment committee has agreed to abide by their earlier decision to make investments benchmarked against ESG, environments, social and governance issues. So this is a baby step. If we keep swinging at this ball, we might make a change. But you, at least now the people who are making the call are aware that we think this is important. The other thing, just very quickly, during one of the one-on-one conversations with clergy, Sharon and I found out that clergy was very interested in having a pride flag at the door, and everybody necessary signed off on it. So Holly's ordering a pride flag and a pole, and hopefully it's all up by Pride Month.
Great.
well,
I'm
and that,
excited.
and that's,
Tangible achievement.
that's in the Kahila.
Yep,
It says
yep.
watch for the pride flag. Yeah.
It's supposed to be at the, I think they agreed to the west entrance. There was some conversation about putting it on the Bema. I never asked them about that. I don't care about that. You know, if they want to move it on the Bema for the next Pride Month, great. We have the flag ready to go. So that's where we stand on that.
I actually think by Pride Month, at least this year, we're gonna be outside. So
Oh,
it's just better, you know, to have it where we thought we would have it, or we could bring it outside, you know, whatever we want to do, depending on the weather, you know.
right. But at the entrance, there's an American flag, an Israel flag, and there'll be a pride flag. The other thing that y'all should know about is the Deerfield Refugee Closet, and Sharon knows all about that. Sharon.
Yes, so I learned about this very quickly yesterday. I was at the block party, and Ellen Gusson, who most of you know, said, oh, we took our refugee family to this wonderful place in Deerfield where it's in the Holy Cross School, which closed. And they've turned it into, they're calling it the Deerfield Free Store. And they have donations of furniture and clothing, which they are giving to refugee families. And then not 2 hours later, through Rabbi Ike, I met Rick Rosenfeld, who is has spearheaded this and organized it along with some other people. Turns out somebody, Aaron Dubin, is very involved.
Aaron Dubin, right.
Oh,
Who I know from also, I also know Aaron from a couple different organizations. So just the basic outline of this is, I think it's only open on, well, I don't know, it's open by appointment only. And
On
they
Sundays.
will be opening on Saturdays and Sundays, and they're going to be opening it up also to organizations that work with the homeless and organizations that work with abused women or women fleeing, like Wings and A Safe Place. So what they are looking to do is move from just a variety of volunteers coming in to signing up with organizations and giving them 3-hour time slots on Saturdays or Sundays once a month. So for example, I was told BJBE has committed, so they will and have 5. They Rick said that their target number would be 5 people from the congregation once a month there, and they will train a couple people on what to do. It involves organizing new supplies that come in and helping families that are scheduled, like HIAS or Refugee One or Wings would, make an appointment for a family to come in and select items that they need. So the question is this something that we feel like we could volunteer for as like we do with the soup kitchen, but that's only 3 or 4 times a year. And this would be, a once a month commitment, or maybe, we would ask them if we can just do it every other month. But it's, I asked Ellen, she felt that it was very well run and would be something worthwhile for us to help with. Yes.
Amy.
So Lori and I were both there on Sunday with our Afghan family. We were all there, and it was wonderful. The family, you have to go by appointment. They only have one family in at a time. It's very structured. And our family was able to take, everyone can take up to 6 rolls of toilet paper per family, 6 rolls of paper towels, 2 rolls of paper toilet paper per individual, and then a host of things that are there. They really need rice cookers. They really need other pieces of furniture and clothing. But our family got so much wonderful things from there at no cost. And then, the only thing was it was a field trip. Pick them up, take them back. And the volunteers that were there, they run it so well, really, really well. So it's a wonderful, wonderful organization and they're expanding, like what Sharon said. They want to bring in so much more than what they're currently doing with just the refugees.
So do we think there's an appetite for this? Do you think we can get behind it? Do you think we have to ask? Maybe we should put something out saying we're going to do this and ask someone to sign up with one of us so that, we know we're getting a head count.
I think you should
I
gauge.
would be
think you should
interested.
gauge the level of interest. I mean, I mean, there's 12 of us on this call and we're all very active. So unless we get other members, I think we're, I'm not saying we shouldn't, but I think we need to get volunteers before we commit. That's my opinion.
I agree with Rich, and people are very attracted to this. When we ask for donations, we're overrun, but we need someone who does that one step further, not just drop off, sheets and whatever, but it gives us a little more work time. But there is something about this that attracts different people.
Wendy?
Maybe we reach for Alan Green, who's really overall leading our refugee efforts, and ask if this is something he would like to manage under his umbrella.
Good idea. We have a call with Alan tomorrow.
And
Perfect.
if
timing.
not,
Maybe
if he
Wednesday.
doesn't, at least access to his list, because I think there's maybe some people who wanted to volunteer with the, refugee families that weren't able, and now we're not getting a new refugee family till August or September. So there might be some volunteers on that list, but yeah, we could bring it up
Good
with
idea.
Ellen.
Lori?
This is just a recommendation for someone who has for years tried to find a way to get involved and find a way to that would work for me. And it took me until really getting involved with the refugee family. And now I'm getting more involved. But this wouldn't be just for this committee, but all y'all who are on here, y'all do so much. I mean, it's not like you just do one or two things. You do so much. There's a lot of people who are like me that are out there that don't know how to get involved, and they're not necessarily willing to take the step on their own. So Amy asked me to co-chair. I would not have done that on my own. But she asked me, so if instead of like always, if y'all, us as a congregation or the people who are involved can find ways to reach out to other congregants that aren't quite as involved, maybe someone and get them involved, it'll take some of the weight off of the shoulders of people who do way too much and bring other people in and make them feel more of the congregation. But I can't tell you like how many times I go to a lot of Friday night services. I can't tell you, I've been a member for like 25 years. And every time I walk in and it's like, oh, are you new here? So it's not like it's just, I couldn't find like something that worked for me to get involved. I finally found something. But it's just a recommendation that y'all are trying to find people to help. And like, I can think of one person that I know right now that I know is also trying to help. And yeah.
Introduce us.
Yeah. So
No, really, I'm not joking. I want to know who this person is because, with a little chat, they might be interested in doing this.
Leslie Brookstone. So also, yeah. So anyway, yeah.
I have something to add to what Lori just said.
Yeah.
Okay, so last year I helped Alan Green, as Amy said earlier, at the refugee action table at Carnival of Action. And we had a huge number of people come by, and a lot of them signed up to volunteer with the refugee families. Now, I think this summer would be a perfect time for us to promote this refugee closet. I mean, we had really a lot of people stop and talk to us. And so I'm assuming we will again this year, that I think that would be a perfect time because it's a one-on-one thing. People are saying, oh, I want to do something to help refugee families. And we can say, well, this is one thing that our congregation is doing that if you want to be involved, give us your name and we'll contact you. And that's what we did. I mean, it was more Alan than me, but we took names and then Alan contacted those people in terms of, taking leadership roles on refugee families this year. So I think that'd be a perfect time to reach out to people.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Edie?
And the reality is that from that list that Alan and Alice did, we got new blood in for the refugees to be coordinators and to, like Lori, to people who really stepped up and helped us with the new family coming in. So it is a good vehicle to get more people involved. But that's only one day. That's not till August 21st.
No, no.
Okay, I
Edie?
think 80, yeah.
No, this is very interesting. I signed up to help I'm dual congregation presently. And at the other congregation, we had a on-premises house that we renovated for a refugee family. And what wound up happening is there were a limited number of people who did the actual home renovation. And then the powers that be in the congregation decided to limit people's contact with the refugees themselves to protect their privacy. So it's been 2.5 years and the current refugee family is moving out. And I never met them. So, you know, I didn't have the skill set to help with the renovation because a lot of it was heavy duty construction.
Mhm.
It turns out the refugee house needs extensive repairs, including a new roof, which no one in the congregation is prepared to do themselves. They'll have to go out and hire a professional. But something like this seems something that I'm really interested in.
Great.
I'm interested in, I've always been interested in clothing and fashion. I've organized, Sharon, as you know, I've organized activities. I'd like to help out with
Right.
this. So
Great.
You're on
We
the
would
list.
like you to help out.
Yes.
Thank you.
And it, we're close to time being done, so we need
We're
to
past time.
wrap up, but it's not going to be the same. It doesn't have to be the same 5 people every month. So if we can get a pool of, X amount of people and they only have to go 3 times a year. It's just a
Right.
matter of somebody initially getting trained that can train others and broaden it. So I like Lori said, if we can just find, 15 congregants who maybe aren't overwhelmed with what they're doing, that could be our pool.
Well, Alan's going to give us his list, so we know who to
Yes.
start calling.
Well, and so one more thing is, the other thing is, as new people come into the congregation, that's, it could be very welcoming to grab them and ask them, then they'd have like someone that's been a member for a while, and, you might be able to grab them at that point, and that gets them involved.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lori, you put your finger on that's how I got involved. I have to tell you, I was friendly with Colleen Friedman, who's a former president, and she was on the nominating committee. I was brand new, and she said, "Oh, I'm going to nominate Alice to be on the board." And that's how I got involved. So I think you hit something that we really have to approach new members with, like, what are you interested in among these things, to get involved with.
Or sometimes just asking them, we're looking for new people, looking for people to get involved.
Right.
Would you like to be involved with this?
Right. I hope
Okay.
everyone
Yes.
on this call gets the Tikkun Olam constant contact, but you have to sign up for it. And we had 86 new members last year, and I bet none of them are on it. Maybe they are, but we have to get out the word out that we have this constant contact, that we're here. So, anything we can do. This is a hot button for a lot of people. This is why they join. This is why they, feel the need for connection.
So why are they not automatically put on the list when they join.
Well, when I first did the Tikkun Olam Constant Contact, I envisioned that, people could sign up for different constant contacts and that you're not bombarded. Now, then it was COVID, and we've gotten it down to 2 constant contacts a week, and ours is once a month. So we could revisit that with Holly.
What's a constant?
I'm all in
contact?
favor of it. Let somebody complain that they hear too much from us. But if
Okay.
we say, we've got an opportunity, we might generate something.
Lori, what did you
Constant
say?
Contact is the email.
Yeah, the Tikkun Olam.
Distribution program.
And it's
Amy?
Macomb at Home is the regular one. And ours
Your
looks,
bot at Macomb. So
right.
Office sends out 2 weekly communications, and the vehicle they use to send it is called Constant Contact Comment. So there's one on Thursday, one on Sunday. We send out a monthly Tikkun Olam calendar the first Tuesday of the month, and it's opt-in. So you have to let the office know that you want to receive the monthly calendar. So we've put that in other communications, and we've put it on our Facebook page, but there could be a lot more people getting it. Amy.
So I think that what you're hitting on is exactly the premise of why we're doing the Day of Action. The Day of Action is designed to showcase all the things that we do at the synagogue and give everybody an opportunity with all the fun activities geared for the young families and the new families to be able to get involved. And that's why the sign-up sheets are so important at each station. And that's how you capture people, another vehicle of capturing people. But that truly was the design of the Day of Action, because we didn't have outside people coming to us. We had to go to them.
This is
should
what
have
the constant contact looks like.
And we should have a sign-up sheet for getting the monthly to the calendar.
Right.
Because we didn't, we had sign-up sheets for the different tables, but that would be a good sign-up sheet to have.
That's a good idea.
What's a good idea, Sharon? I'm sorry.
We
What?
should have a sign-up sheet saying, do you want to get the monthly Tikkun Olam calendar?
Oh, right. That would be
I
good.
think we had that last year,
Did
but
we?
yes,
Okay. All right. I wasn't.
but
at
it's
every-
good. It's good.
Or make that part of each tables. When you're signing this, you're also signing up to get the calendar.
That's a good
Right,
idea.
anything else that we need to talk about before we go? And our next meeting should be Monday, June 20th.
Okay, I will not be there at that one.
Yeah, I
Going
won't.
on vacation.
I'm not going to be there either. I already know. Yeah.
Yeah, we won't either. We'll be.
Okay, so do we want to?
Oh, I won't be there either.
Do we want to make it the week?
I'm just
bef-
kidding.
Oh, the week before or the week after, or just leave it and people can listen to the recording, or maybe we should send out a doodle and see how many people will be gone that week.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Thank you all for indulging us. Sorry we went long. My apologies on that front. We'll get better at that part, but we had a lot of new stuff to talk about. That's the
It
difference.
was a good discussion, I think. Thank you,
Agreed,
Linda.
agreed,
You
agreed.
guys are great. Thank you so much for the work that you do.
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you for
also-
inviting
thank
me.
you, Thank you.
Nice to
Bye.
meet you.
For inviting me.
Stay
Bye.
healthy.
Bye.
Bye.
Be well, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.